It's a bit of story time. So on our way to ASUS, a giant thunderstorm took over Taipei. The rain was a rampage. The taxi driver actually offered us an umbrella 6 times because nothing extreme would slow us down to see the RoG lineup of motherboards. Let's talk about what we saw after this. Our Computex trip is brought to you by PHANTEKS, Cooler Master, and MSI. So in many ways, the X299 motherboards can be considered an evolution upwards from the current X99 platform. So rather than needing add-on controllers for features like high-speed NVMe PCI SSDs and U.2 connectors, these all come baked in natively, and Intel's Optane will be there too. The Skylake X processors feature up to 44 PCIe 3.0 lanes from the CPU itself, not to mention a ton of additional functionality from the chipset, and those 44 lanes don't provide enough bandwidth for the rumored triple 16X layouts some were hoping for, but it does allow for 32 lanes to be used for graphics cards, while the additional lanes can be split off for a single X8 GPU slot or 4 lanes for attached PCIe storage devices. And one interesting addition to this lineup is Intel's Vrock technology. So when used with an optional ASUS add-in card, it allows for stupidly quick RAID arrays with M.2 SSDs. And we can't wait to try this thing out, so let's start with the flagship Rampage 6 Extreme. Now this one is one absolutely stunning board for gamers and other enthusiasts who have liquid cooling systems. Basically, this is the flagship ASUS X299 gaming board, and it has every possible feature. That means triple GPU support, even though AMD and Nvidia are moving towards primarily dual GPU setups. There's the front panel USB 3.1 Gen 2 header, additional PCIe slots, plenty of other connectivity, and a design we've all come to know from the RoG boards. The Wi-Fi chip is an interesting addition. While most other motherboards either don't have wireless connectivity at all or use the fast AC standard, ASUS has equipped the new Rampage boards with the wireless AD. This is next generation standard that promises speeds of up to 4.6 gigabits per second. This motherboard also has dual flow headers for water cooling that let you monitor cooling speed and temperatures. Flow data and potential leakage points information can be monitored through the sensors placed throughout the custom water blocks. And unlike many other X299 motherboards, the Rampage 6 Extreme has triple integrated M.2 slots that can be used for RAID arrays instead of the optional Vrock riser card, and 2 M.2 drives are populated in the DIMM.2 slot beside the memory modules. And one super unique feature the Rampage brings to the market is called the Live Dash OLED, and it lets you monitor system temperatures, frequencies, and fan speeds right on the motherboard in real time. And it's located on the bottom portion of the rear I/O housing, which is not the best location for display. For example, other ASUS motherboards that they've launched have the OLED screen front and center below the CPU socket that is much more visible. The dashboard will allow custom display messages and graphics also, and will just add a little extra flair to your build. And it really is amazing, but I think it will appeal more to people who run an open build, since it will likely be hard to see if the board is installed inside the case, especially in that position. But the lighting is for sure next level, with slightly transparent armor all over that gives that needed color ambiance, plus the full LED strip on the right side that will look absolutely stunning with reflections inside the case. But what happens if you don't want to spend all that fortune on the Rampage 6 Extreme, or you're not going into extreme overclocking with the ASUS Apex series? Well, that's where the Strix X299E gets flavored into the equation. So this looks like a great board with standard ATX dimensions, a monochromatic color scheme, and a few LEDs for that touch of additional color, in particular a very distinct RoG depth logo in the center that to me does not really look that good, but color-wise it is fully controllable via the ASUS Aura Sync application. And while the Strix is a lot more basic than the other models they're launching, it still comes with dual M.2 slots for NVMe SSDs with an integrated heatsink for optimal temperatures, onboard Wi-Fi, and USB 3.1 Gen 2 connectors for the front and back panels. And honestly, with all of this, it is kind of hard to understand why someone would need to spend so much more on the Rampage or the Apex. But one cool touch on the back are these continued white stripes to keep up with the color transition on both sides. And so that's it for the RoG boards. The Apex board that is designated for overclocking will also be available. It just wasn't finalized and thus not really shown during the show. So what do you guys think about the X299 so far from ASUS? Are any of these boards worth your money? Is there something you would like to see? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for more Computex coverage.